Hello children, in this video I am going to explain you 5th chapter, The Ailing Planet, from your book Hornbill. This chapter focuses on the factors that are responsible for the declining health of the earth. The chapter was originally an article written by Nani Palkhiwala, which was published in the newspaper The Indian Express on 23rd November 1994. The writer discusses the green movement, how a zoo in Zambia declared human beings as world's most dangerous animals. The writer also focuses on overpopulation, deforestation, and what should be our responsibility towards the environment. So, let's get started. The Green Movement, which started nearly 25 years ago from 1994, spread so quickly in world history. The world's first nationwide Green Party was founded in New Zealand in the year 1972. From some time, our views have shifted from seeing Earth and its resources as irreversible to complete opposite. We now understand that our resources need to conserve for future generations. Copernicus taught mankind how the Earth and other planets revolve around the Sun, and it was a complete change which evolved human perception. Now, the Earth is seen as a living organism, of which we are an integral part. Earth has its own metabolism and vital needs which humans should respect as well as preserve. Earth is now like a patient whose health is declining. We as human beings are now realizing our duty to be good managers of the planet and to be a responsible trustees to conserve the environment so that we can pass a legacy to the future generations. Sustainable development was popularized in the year 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development. In the reports, sustainable development is termed as a type of development that meets the needs of the present generation without wasting or compromising with natural resources so that future generation can meet their needs. In a cage in a zoo in Lusaka, that is Zambia, there reads a notice, the world's most dangerous animal, and inside the cage is a mirror that depicted that humans are the world's most dangerous animals. With the efforts of new agencies in the world, now humans are seen as the most dangerous animals. They have realized the importance of shifting to a new system based on partnership. Humans share the earth with about 1.4 million living species according to the classification of scientists. Biologists calculate that there are still millions of other species which are yet not classified due to their weakness or due to lack of knowledge about them. Brandt Commission was one of the early international commissions who dealt with questions of ecology and environment. They commissioned Mr. L.K. Jha as one of their commission members, who was an Indian citizen. Its first report raised a question that are we going to leave a burnt planet with arid deserts, poor landscapes, and a poor environment for our future generations? There are 4 principal biological systems that form the foundation of the global economic system according to the book by Leslie R. Brown, The Global Economic Prospect. And those 4 biological principal systems are fisheries, grasslands, forests, and croplands. These four systems provide food and raw materials for industry except for minerals and synthetics. These systems have reached an unsustainable point where their productivity has impaired. With this, fisheries will collapse, the forest will slowly disappear, grasslands will turn into barren wastelands, and croplands will become worse. Overfishing is very common nowadays, where people are becoming protein conscious. In poor countries, forests are being cut down on a large scale to obtain wood for cooking. In some areas, firewood is more costly than food. Many species are under destruction in tropical forest. Forests and deserts come first in order in comparison to humans. The ancient inheritance of tropical forest is constantly wearing away all the rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year. Also, the burning of dung is preventing the soil to become natural fertilizer. To meet the need for fuel wood demand, there is a need to increase the rate of forest plantation by fivefold by the year 2020. We are losing the forests closer to an acre and a half to a second, according to James Speth, President of the World Resource Institute. According to Article 48A of the Constitution of India, the state should try to protect and improve the environment and must protect the forest and wildlife of the country. But the painful fact is that laws are not followed in India. For example, casteism, untouchability, and bonded labor. They are abolished but still are followed shamelessly. Over the last 4 decades, India is losing forests at a harmful rate of 3.7 million acres a year, as per the report of Parliament's Estimates Committee. The large area of forest land is now treeless, and the actual loss is estimated to be 8 times the rate given by the government statistics. According to the 3-year study conducted by the United Nations using satellites and aerial photography, our environment has got so bad that in 88 countries it has reached the critical stage. Growth of world population at such a fast rate is one of the strongest reasons behind the distortion of the future of mankind. When it took more than 1 million years to reach the first billion population, in the next 100 years, the population number increased by the next billion numbers. In the 20th century, the population reached 3.7 billion and the present number is 5.7 billion. Presently, the case is of the population increasing by 1 million every 4 days. Development is the best possible solution for overpopulation. It can help in reduction in fertility and rise in income to spread more education and improvement in health. But if the number of population will keep increasing, it may not help in attaining any kind of development. As the rich get richer, the poor births children who are bound to remain poorer. More population will lead to more unemployment. Humans should not be treated like cattle who are sterilized by force, but to control population, some elements of force has to be put on for family planning. Now, humans have to choose between population control and keeping up with poverty. The population of India is 920 million, that is more than the population of Africa and South America together. If the population is not controlled, most of the people would die in their huts with just a hope. But with time, people are now concerned about the survival of the planet. We have now started to see our existence with a comprehensive view. Solving environmental problems are a passport to the future and should not be seen as a remark of our death. We should see the world as a whole and not as different parts. In the era of responsibility towards the environment, industry plays an important role. Chairman of DuPont, Mr. Bullard, declared himself as Chief Environmental Officer, and such attitude in other businessmen can have a great effect on the transformation. When Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister, her one statement, which was so well chosen, she said that no human on this earth holds a permanent tenure. We all have life possession and a full repairing lease. According to Mr. Lester Brown, we have borrowed the earth from our children. So this was all about the ailing planet, the green movement's role.